gracious, good day once again to one and all. 'Tis I, Norton the First, by grace of God, Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico, back with you once again for episode 56 of Emperor Norton's fantastic history vlog. Today is May 28th, 2020, and our 74th day under a shelter-in-place order here in the Empire. As we always do, let's start off with a couple of highlights from San Francisco history. On this date in 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge opened for vehicular traffic. It had actually opened yesterday, but for pedestrians only, for a bridge walk. It was also on this date in 1958 that the movie Vertigo opened simultaneously in San Francisco and New York. Quite appropriate that it opened here because, after all, it is set here. And once again, we rely on John Ralston's wonderful book, This Date in San Francisco. Pick it up, it's a great book. Vertigo is triply distinguished, he writes. In 1998, the American Film Institute ranked it one of the top 100 best American movies. Other critics have ranked it among the top 10 American movies. It is one of the best movies by director Alfred Hitchcock, and in the opinion of this author and others, is the best movie ever made in San Francisco. You won't get an argument from me on that one. Hitchcock came to San Francisco with a crew to film exteriors in October of 1957. A good part of Vertigo's success is certainly Hitchcock's, but the film's appeal is particularly due to the script, co-written by Samuel P. Taylor. Taylor was born in Chicago, but came to San Francisco in childhood. He considered himself first and foremost a playwright, but is best known for film scripts Vertigo, Billy Wilder's Sabrina, based on Taylor's stage play, and Topaz, also directed by Hitchcock. Taylor's script includes the usual tourist spots, Golden Gate Bridge, Ernie's Restaurant, Mission Dolores, Legion of Honor, but he also throws in Podesta Balducci Florists on Grant Avenue and has James Stewart drive after Kim Novak up 17th Street Hill, a route only a native knows. This is true, I used to live there, it's very steep. And it is just a fine, fine film. If you've never seen Vertigo, what's wrong with you? See it. We're also going to start a new feature today. On the calendar, every day is a special day commemorating something or other, some obscure, some well-known, so we're going to start including that in the vlog. Today is Amnesty International Day, and they were founded in 1961. They do great work. National Hamburger Day. I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. And National Brisket Day. Oh, I could go for some brisket right now. Corned beef? Or just roasted? Tough choice. I'll have both. Well, let's get on with the other events today. Very sad one to start off with. On this date in 1830, U.S. President Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act, authorizing the Army to force Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw Creek, and Seminole tribes out of Georgia and surrounding states, setting the stage for the Trail of Tears. Trail of Tears. The Cherokees of Georgia initially tried legal means to resist the policy and actually won their case in the U.S. Supreme Court. However, President Jackson refused to acknowledge the judgment, and a total of 60,000 were eventually marched west at gunpoint. It is estimated that 1/4 of their number would perish along the journey. Truly, our American Holocaust. We should never forget that. It was on this date in 1892 the Sierra Club was formed by John Muir and others here in San Francisco. Talk about organizations doing great work. That would certainly be one of them. On this date in 1936, Alan Turing submits On Computable Numbers for publication, in which he sets out the theoretical basis for modern computers. Well, those have certainly changed our lives. Thank you, Mr. Turing. 1951, the radio program Crazy People premieres on the BBC. It would later be titled The Goon Show, started by Spike Milligan, the original broadcast. This date in 1968, in an upset victory, Senator Eugene McCarthy wins the Democratic primary in Oregon to challenger Robert Kennedy. On this date in 1972, the White House plumbers first broke in the Democratic National Headquarters at the Watergate complex in Washington, D.C. This is the first time they broke in, but the time they got arrested and what set off the Watergate scandal was on June 17. We'll talk about that when we get on that date. Let's cover our births today. Speaking of Native Americans, 1887, Jim Thorpe was born. American all-around athlete, won multiple gold medals, played in college, pro football halls of fame. He was born in Indian Territory in Oklahoma. Born on this date in 1908, Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond, 007, Shaken Not Stirred, Miss Moneypenny. 1917, a name you might not remember, Papa John Creech. He was a violin player, played with Hot Tuna, Jefferson Airplane, and Jefferson Starship, all great San Francisco bands. 1940, the birth of Betty Shabazz, American educator and civil rights activist who was the widow of Malcolm X. 1944, Rudy Giuliani, no comment. 1945, John Fogerty, who wrote that immortal line, "There's a bathroom on the right." 1962, Brandon Cruz, if you're a fan of 60s television, he was Eddie in the TV show The Courtship of Eddie's Father. And in 1971, another favorite, Senator Marco Rubio. Let's get on to our deaths. 1843, Noah Webster, of course, the creator of Webster's Dictionary. 1972, Edward VIII, King of the United Kingdom and the dominions of the British Empire, Emperor of India. He was never officially coronated. He abdicated on December 11, 1936. He was only the king from January 20th, 1936 to December 11. He would abdicate because of his great love for Wallace Simpson. They would live in exile for the rest of their lives in France. 1998, one of my favorites, comedian, actor, Phil Hartman. Truly a great comic, a great actor, a great mimic, and a fine artist. If you've never looked up his artwork, check it out. He did some very famous album covers. He created the logos. I can't remember if it's for Crosby, Stills, and Nash or Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Did a number of album covers for Poco. What a talented individual. Unfortunately, he was murdered in his sleep by his wife who had mental health issues. What a pity. 2010, Gary Coleman from, oh God, I forgot the name of the show all of a sudden. Not the Facts of Life, that was the spinoff. Different Strokes. What you talking about, Willis? There we go. I knew it would pop into my head eventually. And 2014, we lost author, poet, dancer, first female black streetcar conductor in San Francisco, Maya Angelou. She had a very diverse career, to say the least. I thought that she was the poet laureate of the United States, but she never officially served in that position. She was the inaugural poet for President Bill Clinton. Well, that wraps it up for today. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside. If you go outside, wear a mask, be smart, don't be stupid. And until we meet again, be kind to one another. A gracious good day.